Howdy PreCal, it's Miss Kosh. I was just asked by third period if I would make a video for this problem number 72. This is a good problem. What I would encourage you to do is look through it, start thinking about it first before you watch the whole video. Or if you get to a part where you're like, oh, pause the video, see what you can do on your own, and then come back and then watch the rest of it. So they're telling us that there's a right triangle in quadrant 1, and it goes through the hypotenuse there goes through the point 2, 1, and they want us to write the area as a function of x. Well, so we know that the area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 base times height. Okay, and the base of this triangle right here has a length of x, and this one has a length, well, right here has a length. Notice the height is y. So if we wanted to, we could say, okay, the area of the triangle is equal to 1/2 x times y. Well, then we go back to the question, and it says, write the area A of the triangle as a function of x, which means that I should see x's and only x's. Okay, so notice we're not there yet because we have this y in our equation. So what I need to do is I need to somehow figure out how are x and y related to each other. So here's what we know. They're on the same line. So the slope from this point here to that point here would be the same as the slope from that point 2, 1 to the point x, 0. So what I know is the slope from the slope from this point to this point would be the same as the slope from here to here, or however you want to write that. Okay, that got a little messy. So what I need to do is I need to say that the slope is, I'm going to use, well, I'll say 1 minus y over 2 minus 0. So notice I'm coming and saying I'm using 1 minus y equal over, so rise over run, the change in y over the change in x. And that first one is equal to, and I'm going to go now with 0 minus 1 over x minus 2. 0 minus 1 over x minus 2. So now I need to clean up this whole mess and get y solved, get an equation y equals something in terms of x. So here's what I have. Well, this is 1 minus y over 2 is equal to negative 1 over x minus 2. Okay, so now we can, let me make sure I did that correctly. Change in y, 1 minus y over change in x, 2 minus 0 is equal to change in y, 0 minus 1 over x minus 2. Okay, I think we're good. So now I'm going to cross multiply. And then I'm going to FOIL. Oop, I lied. Okay, and now the goal is to get everybody with everybody with a y on one side, everybody else on the other. So I now have negative xy plus 2y can stay on that side is equal to, I'm going to subtract the x away, and I'm going to add 2, so that's plus 0, so we're done right there. And now I can say, I can factor out the y. I have negative x plus 2 over is equal to negative x. So now, notice I had a y in each term. I factored that out. My goal is to get y all by itself. And so I have y is equal to negative x over negative x plus 2. If that's too many negatives for you, you can factor this out. So there's a negative x over a negative factored out x minus 2. And now a negative divided by this negative divided by a negative is equal to a positive. And so I have that y is equal to x over x minus 2. So basically what I did is I took the slope equation and found the slope between 2 points, set it equal to the slope between 2 other points, and then manipulated that equation until I got down to something that just was y, had just y by itself is equal to something. So now we can come back and answer our initial question. The area as a function of x is equal to 1/2. Our base is still x. Our height, our y value, is now x over x minus 2. And so this is a of x is equal to, I see an x squared in the numerator, and then a 2 times x minus 2. I'm happy if you stopped here. You could also tell me it's x squared over 2x minus 4. So I'm happy with either of these, and that's how that problem works. So it's very tricky. Enjoy.